Hi folks, Donnie D here. Want to make a little video on an update on making these homemade or home converted, if you will, orange crusher clay targets or flash targets, as some people call them. First of all, the reason I make them is a couple of reasons. Actually, is number one, I can't seem to find them for sale anywhere. I still don't think that they are made for sale. I think they're just made for competitions and TV shows and stuff like that, but I might be wrong. Anybody that knows where I can buy them, let me know, because I just as soon buy them unless they're extremely expensive. But they're fairly easy to make, and I'm always looking for different types of things to have fun shooting at, different types of metal targets or paper targets or whatever. Just something to just add a little bit of fun to the whole idea of shooting sports, because I enjoy all shooting pretty much anything. But anyway, the first video showed me making them using the duct tape method, putting the powder into the well, covering them with the duct tape. One update is I was using the orange duct tape. This is an Ace Hardware brand of gray duct tape. It's a little bit thinner, which means it will degrade quicker than the orange, but any of it will degrade pretty quick. If anyone has ever used duct tape on an outdoor project, they know it doesn't last very long. For that, it'll degrade pretty quickly, and that's something you want to make sure you clean up after yourself when you shoot these things, depending on where you are. But you want to use materials that will degrade, so you don't leave a big mess. Also use this wide masking tape. Obviously, it'll go away pretty quick, and it's inexpensive, and it works just as good as any of it. But today, I want to show you a different method that's actually quicker, so far as your time goes anyway, and probably less expensive. And I got the idea again from a post I saw somewhere in one of the threads somewhere, kind of an old post, where a guy actually took the chalk and mixed it with water and just made a slurry and poured it into the well and let it dry. That works great. Only problem is it takes 3 or 4 days probably, depending on the weather, for the stuff to dry when you use water. So I got the idea of using this, just regular old rubbing alcohol. I'll show you how to do it in just a second, but it'll dry in just 3 or 4 hours, or maybe like overnight, so you can make some one evening, and if you want to take a few out and shoot them when you're shooting clays, and by the next morning they'll be ready to go. But it's really easy to make, and what I use, let me get the stuff out of the way here. What I use is, of course you can use a bigger cup, but I'm only going to make 6 right now to show you how to do it. Some kind of a little cup to mix it in, and also to pour it, and I can pour the alcohol into the other cup by more accurately by forming that little lip there. The regular chalk that you can get in red, blue, orange, whatever color you want to use. I recommend the orange because it makes them more visible. The rubbing alcohol and a little something to stir it with. So let me show you right quick how to make them. Just take your cup and your chalk and just dump some chalk into the cup. Try not to choke to death. Pour a little alcohol in one of the other cups. And pour a little bit of alcohol right in there. Not a lot, just a little bit. I just use this screwdriver, stir it up. And that's a little bit thick right there, so I'll add just a touch more alcohol. And you can add alcohol, add chalk, add alcohol, add chalk to get it like you want it. You just want it kind of like maybe syrup or something like that, pancake syrup thickness. But it really doesn't matter. If it's thinner, that's fine. If it's a little thicker, that's okay too. And all you got to do is now pour it, and pour it till it's almost full, right into the clay. Like I said, you can use a bigger cup to make more, but it mixes so quickly that it's not really a big deal. Just mix it up. Pour it right in. Now I find that these didn't flash quite as brightly, the first ones I made, as the ones using the tape, uh, because I didn't put but just a little tiny bit in the clays that I had made earlier. So on these last ones I've made, I've gone on ahead and filled them up almost full to the rim there. And as you can see, you can look at them and you can see that this one is a little bit thicker mixture, and this last one is obviously a bit thinner, but that doesn't really matter. There you go. That's really all there is to it, and what you'll end up with in a couple, 3 hours is this right here. As you can see, it holds up well. It's still very chunky, and as far as throwing them, at least on my type of trap, which is the automatic, that just drops the clay down onto the arm, there's no spring clip or anything holding it, they work great. I only had one to break, and I think that was because the clay itself had a crack in it. Went out, was it the day before yesterday, and shot a bunch of them, and they all worked really good. But this is what you'll end up with after, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours or overnight. The alcohol evaporates real quick, dries up, leaves the chalk in there. You don't have to mess with the tape. You're not going to leave any more residue than you normally would on the grain than you normally would with a regular clay. And again, it'll work with any type of clay. These happen to be white flour. I forgot which ones they are, but also right over here, there's a couple of boxes of other clays. The top box is a company called Champion that makes them. The box below it are the ones you normally get from Walmart, and they are the biodegradable type if you prefer to use them. They all work fine as long as they've got the little reservoir area. Whoops, let me get up here. As long as they got the little reservoir, and I think they all do, that you can pour the stuff into, and they work great. But anyway, this is just one more way for you to have a little bit more fun with your shooting by giving you something else to shoot at other than just paper, and save yourself a little money. But like I said, if someone can find out where I can buy these things, please let me know, because I wouldn't mind buying them at all. But anyway, this is Donnie D, and I'll see you next time. Bye.